This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
I've seen this Dusty interview and I'm excited to watch it again. It's a major moment. You know, at this point, Flair's been the champ for a minute. So it's a major moment for there to be a new champ. And here he is, boys and girls.
The most coveted belt in the world today, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt. And I'm very proud to say it is held by one man, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, for the third time in his career, becomes the heavyweight champion of the world. How does it feel to be the world champion for the third time, Dusty?
It feels good as punch, good as gold. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, 3 times world heavyweight champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, all them years. Some say he's a great champion. Some say if he came out of the Great American Bash with the title, he'd be the greatest champion of all times. The proof is in the pudding, and the pudding's sitting here. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Little plumber son from Austin, Texas, Tony Schiavone, becomes world heavyweight champion for the third time.
A lot of people said if Ric Flair would go through 14 bashes, it would be something incredible. The 13th bash, he lost the title. And a lot of people said, you know, he had a lot of tough competitors during those matches. You were at the bashes also. You had a lot of tough matches in a cage with one of the Road Warriors against the Andersons. You had to go up against the Midnight Express. Both men very fatigued coming into that 13th bash. How did you prepare for that?
Well, I think, Tony, that fatigue doesn't really have anything to do with it. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. When you're wrestling for the most coveted sports title in the world of sports, $45,000 belt, $1 million a year, then fatigue has no play in it. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, was raised to be a world heavyweight champion. He was raised to be a champion, was studied by a plumber in Austin, Texas, grew up in a plumber's ditch when I was 8 years old working, and had this dream to be the American Dream. And for many years before it was fashionable to be a doctor and come out of the back closet and say, I like wrestling. Before it was fashionable to be a lawyer or somebody say, I like wrestling. Before all that was fashionable, Dusty Rhodes was the American Dream. He gave the American public this one thing that they could reach out and touch and reach out and believe in. They'd say, well, Dusty Rhodes, you're going to talk for 2 minutes on TV. Nobody ever told Dusty Rhodes what to say, how to say it, or how to do it. The fact is, the world heavyweight title was what every great athlete in every great sport is after. So on that given night, fatigue had nothing to do with it. Ric Flair was at his best. I was at my best. It was one-on-one. The cage was there. There was nobody inside. There was no referee falling down. It was pure, simple, and done. The American Dream 1, 2, 3 became world heavyweight champion for the people. The dream is true. It lives. It's alive. It's out there. Gosh almighty. It's everywhere for everybody to reach for. Whether you're black, brown, white, green, yellow, whether you're a great commentator here, as Tony Schiavone has been, whether you're Jim Crockett Promotions, I mean, gosh, it's everywhere. The American Dream can be had, and Dusty Rhodes has it. And it's like a good friend of mine said, David Allen Coe, if you're big star bound, let me tell you, it's a long, hard ride. And tonight, again, a cage is being erected right there in the Fulton County Stadium for one reason. After it's all over, all the music's over, all the men jump out them planes from the sky and land in the stadium, it's 40,000, 50,000 people come and see Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, Ric Flair inside a steel cage. This time, I'm defending the world's heavyweight title. And reminds me of, as you know, one of Space Mountain Ric Flair's greatest scenes of all time was, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Well, Nature Boy, if you ever want to be the man again, you have to beat the man. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, world's heavyweight champion.
The heavyweight champion of the world, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And when we come back, we'll talk about Baby Doll and her chance to get her hands on Jim Cornette tonight in a cage. Don't go away.
Buddy, was he hammering that American Dream stuff or what?
Wow.
It's good stuff.
It was good stuff, buddy.
And now for something, well, a little different.
Millions and millions of young girls out there waiting to hear the winners of our Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzler Tour contest. And we can announce 6 girls right now who will be going on the tour with the Rock and Roll Express starting Monday. And those girls are Dawn Wells of Douglasville, Georgia, Sandy Montgomery of Bainbridge, Ohio, Leela Pittman of Burgestown, Pennsylvania, Tanya Smithers of Charleston, West Virginia, Trudy Robinson of Franklinton, North Carolina, and Rhonda Barnes of Elberton, Georgia. Those 6 girls will go on the tour. The 2 girls who won a dream date with the Rock and Roll Express, Wendy Scruggs of Gaffney, South Carolina, and Kim Baird of Lexington Park, Maryland. 2 young boys out of China Grove, North Carolina, won our Rock and Roll Express lookalike contests, Alan Ritchie and Justin McClary. Now let's talk about the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette in a cage tonight against the Road Warriors, and their partner tonight will be Baby Doll in a cage, Dusty.
The Road Warriors, my man. I mean, they the baddest 2 men on the streets. We are the world's 6-man tag team champions. They are the baddest 2 individuals on the street. And I know we're going to be taking a look right now at the Midnight Express and the Road Warriors and what happened when Baby Doll decided to come out and do it to it. Jim Cornette talking to the Midnight Express, trying to explain to them what they need to do to these 2 men. And they're very proud of their belts at this time. Of course, they're standing on the floor.
My question is, we see Cornette seeming to be very confident right now. We've heard him on TV. He's been a guest commentator with myself and David Crockett. He seems not to be afraid of anyone, especially not Baby Doll. Is he afraid?
When you have the money Jim Cornette has because he is the manager of the world's tag team champions, you don't have to be afraid of it. They see the Road Warriors got to beat these men. These men don't have to be the Road Warriors. If they're going to win the top, Big Bubba, Big Bubba Rogers, I'm going to feel his noggin not too long down the road. Big Bubba's out there. Isn't that something?
Well, we have seen plenty of Bubba Rogers in the past.
Yeah.
So have you.
Yes.
Seemingly.
What's the Road Warrior? Here's my man Animal now. Animal's one of the strongest men, if not the strongest man in wrestling. I've never seen anybody more strong than he is at any given time. Day and night, the middle of the night, middle of the morning. He is strong. You're going to see him do some things here that a normal man could not do. They are tremendous athletes. They are geared. They train 6 days a week. They think about their bodies. They think about what they're going to do. They think about their athletic ability. And don't let them kid you. Just like the World 6-Man title is important, the World's Tag Team title is important to these guys. They just won $1 million. The Jim Crockett Memorial Cup, which is coming to Baltimore, by the way, next year. 2-day event. They're defending cup holders, if you will. Right there, Dennis Condrey is just wondering why his mama even sent him out for this thing here. Right here, look at the agility, tremendous agility. And he's overjoyed. See, that's the thing about it. When he does something good, he just gets overjoyed about it. His chest puffed up to about 75 inches.
Well, there's no doubt now the Midnight Express have a game plan against the Road Warriors. And obviously that's the wrong game plan to try to match them strength for strength.
They can't. They can match them with speed because the Midnight Express are the world's tag team champions. They are very quick. They are very fast. They have been a team a lot longer than the Road Warriors, a lot longer than Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. Almost as great as the team that was of a few years back was Dusty Rhodes and Captain Redneck himself, Dick Murdoch, because nobody did it any better. The Road Warriors here are jockeying for position, if you will. Right here, grab a headlock again on Dennis Condrey. There's no way Dennis is going to get loose from this thing. Right here, you see the Road Warrior. Like I say, very agile, very quick, very fast. Okay, dumped down, over him, tried to leap over him, jumped up. That was a jump for life. That was fear. Right there, drop kicked him right in the stomach, drove 3 boots right through his gut.
People do not expect the Road Warriors to be that agile. Now look at Cornette going after Loverboy Dennis. They encourage him to go back to the ring, but of course Cornette is not in the ring with him like he will be tonight.
No, he's not. Tonight is a different story when they step in that ring with the Midnight Express, Jim Cornette, and the loveliness Baby Doll gonna be right there. They're still planning strategy here. That's the thing right here. They talking a lot, they planning strategy, and they're killing time. Now Hawk comes in. Hawk is super strong, super fast, super quick, and Hawk is a more thinker than most people think he is. He thinks about moves before he does them. He talks about them on the airplane, talks wrestling all the time. Hawk would be a great Wolves heavyweight single contender as Animal would. And it was said that Dusty Rhodes, since becoming World Heavyweight Champion, has to look at the fact that all these people that were friends of mine now are going after the World Heavyweight title. Well, Dusty Rhodes open-minded. I'm the World Champion to defend the title against all comers. And if it's these 2 men here, my main men, then that's fine with me, and it would be a great match. But right now, Dennis Condrey got his hands full with Hawk. You see Dennis here is trying to erupt. What he's doing is trying to bring out the sense of humor of Hawk here. Hawk ain't gonna go for it. Look here. Hawk gonna ripple up.
Woo! You talking about a powerful man, just as solid as steel.
Hawk gonna ripple up.
Solid as steel, Hawk. Now, this is a match for the World Tag Team title, the Midnight Express against the Road Warriors. Obviously, after seeing something like that, you got to go into conference once again.
And so I'm going to go ahead and mute the rest of this. I didn't realize we're going to watch the entire match.
No.
It's so great. I get caught up in Dusty's commentary because it's a preview of what we would see years later in WCW. I mean, he's putting on the classic Dusty voice, but he's got these great Dusty isms, and he's just he's entertaining as hell, man.
And he could just go. Sit him down, he can go. I mean, his stream of consciousness was incredible, and he obviously made up shit on the fly, like Hawk has rippled up. He didn't plan to say that, right? No. So we go to a break, and I guess we're going to show some more coming back. But a shout out, by the way, to one of the girls that I mentioned on the Super Summer Sizzler tour, Sandy Montgomery.
Champion of the world, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And taking a look at the Road Warriors against the Midnight Express. Like I said before the break, it's obvious the Road Warriors can take care of the Midnight Express, which will leave Baby Doll and her chance to get her hands on Jim Cornette.
Well, this match took place in Raleigh, North Carolina, the capital of North Carolina. Capacity still out crowd. You see right here, we're backing into it.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No, so anyway, Sandy Montgomery was one of the girls, and I still stay in touch with Sandy. She's married, has a family, and I got to know her parents, and she was a nice young lady. How about that? Still friends.
That's cool, man. What a great shot. I love this angle. Well, set way off from the ring, sort of at an angle that wasn't straight on. I just think anytime we see something that sort of breaks the monotony of the standard old shot, is cool. And I like when you get a perspective, like you look at it and you think, man, this is it's getting tangled up in the cameraman's cord there.
Yeah.
This is what it would look like if you were in the crowd, you know?
Right.
If you were there a lot, like I like that angle. That looks like you're in the lower bowl.
Yes.
That's cool.
That is cool. I like that too.
I've never seen somebody get tangled up in the cameraman's cord before. That was fun.
You don't see it much these days because I think, I may be wrong, I think each cameraman has his own grip now to help move the cord back.
When did you discover you had your own grip? You were what, 12? 7? How old were you?
Probably junior in high school.
You were 17 before you started whacking.
Oh, you were talking about something else. I thought you meant grip of a golf club.
Because that's what we talk about here a lot on the show. Golf.
You gotta get excited. I've been saving people all those dollars. They can limousine ride and jet fly now with that extra cash.
And they can style and profile with a quick 10-minute phone call right now to 425-0105.
That's 425-0105. Woo!
SaveWithConrad.com.
That the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is the world heavyweight champion for the third time. But there's not always good news to report. We have to report here today that Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant at the Great American Bash in Greensboro lost his hair in a hair versus hair match against #1 Paul Jones. As you know, earlier, Shaska, formerly Pistol Pez Wally, put up his hair, lost his hair, and was shaved, and now it has happened to Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. Let's take a look at what happened and relive that moment from the Greensboro Coliseum. Valiant with Jones now back in the ropes. Big right hand on the head. Now, there must be a winner in this match, as Valiant obviously using an object to work on the side of the head of Jones. The fans on the edge of their seat right now because this match has been going on for quite a while, and neither man wants to lose his hair. You see Baron Monreski down at ringside, and once again, Valiant with the right hand. The momentum is all Jimmy Valiant's right now.
Of course, we just watched this last week, but
right. Yeah.
It is kind of fun to see the payoffs for these bald-headed geek promos we've been watching for months now.
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. And if I remember correctly, I think I just did the commentary right there on the set.
You ever think about how insensitive this was in hindsight?
What, to lose your hair?
You've had months of people doing promos about bald-headed geek. And Baron Von Raschke's standing right there.
Yeah, I don't think about insensitive.
It's hurtful. You know,
Oh, I'm sure it's hurtful to you
Baron had feelings.
because you're a freaking millennial.
I'm not a fucking.
Get over yourself. You're a millennial. Get over yourself. Do something with your life, you little bitch.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.